Well, I knew you didn't believe me, because when I said it's hanging from a limb, and you said, what is it in a trunk? And I had to repeat myself.
Yeah, no, I felt bad questioning like that, but I was just about certain that it wasn't like that.
Because it couldn't be.
Maybe for about 15 years.
Well, tell me your name again.
I'm Gary Steiner.
Gary Steiner.
So
and you're with Beekeepers Association or not?
Well, I'm with the Henderson County Beekeepers Association.
Okay.
I've basically got most of my training from a few friends, and some of that
Okay.
just had bees off and on for about 15 years.
Well, have you got a plan for these guys?
What I'm going to do, I need to find out if there's a queen in the colony.
Okay.
And that's hard to tell with how unusual it is. It's hard to tell right now.
Okay.
For
But
several reasons. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to either let them be an existing colony or add them to another colony that I have at the time.
And they will adapt themselves to a new colony?
There's ways you can help them adapt.
That's great.
And then they'll help themselves and as far as adapting, and then they'll be self-sufficient, some of that.
Great.
Not very valuable this time of year, but you hate to see them die.
Oh, not if you can save them.
If they can last through the winter time, then they can be beneficial in the springtime.
That's great.
But they should be, with something like this, they should be good.
That's great.
There we go.
So it's as a bee rescue.
Yep. To call anybody, always, like, just go ahead and tell them it's a swarm.
I didn't even know what to call it.
Yeah, and that's, most people don't. 90% of the people out there don't. But there's two different types as far as honeybees. When they're hanging on a limb like this, it's a swarm. If it's an existing colony, one they're living, they're doing their daily duties, it's what you call a feral colony. And that might be in a tree, that might be in a bee house, bee gum, in someone's house. There's no telling necessarily where it'll be. But that's the two distinctions that are made between them.
Mm-hmm.
But if you tell someone you have a swarm on your property, they're going to make it priority to be out there within minutes.
Because
if it's a feral a swarm might be there 15-20 minutes. It might be there for a week. You never know.
You don't want to miss the opportunity of collecting them?
Exactly. You don't want to miss the opportunity, mainly because it's typically in the springtime anyway, and that's when the bees are beneficial. This time of year, like I was telling you earlier, they're not. What I'm going to have to do to these is actually feed them, and I'll put in enough money into them that they're not gonna necessarily make me anything.
Mm-hmm.
They're not necessarily valuable as far as money, but at the same time, you don't want to kill honeybees.
No.
And you don't want to see them die, which probably would end with them making the honeycomb up there. I don't foresee them going anywhere.
No, they consider that their home now.
Unfortunately, and for various reasons unexplainable, that's what they decided, and untypical again, but I mean it has happened, and every now and then you'll see it.
Okay. Is that going to work for you, hon?
No, I'm going to do something that I'm not going to suggest too many people try.
Okay. I can go up there and brace it for you. And I have a pole saw. And I have maybe a long handle with a hook on it.
actually don't have an actual hive with me. I'm just doing this in.
You're doing a MacGyver. Making it up as you go.
Oh yeah.
What's that?
Sugar water.
Okay.
I mixed.
Is that what food is? Is that what you call food?
This time of year, this is their food. I made a batch up the other day, and I'm honestly not even quite sure what the mixture's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
But I put, I think in 4 gallons of water, I put 50 pounds of sugar.
Oh.
So
50 pounds and 4 gallons?
Yeah, it's a little thick, but that's about what the right mixture is. You have to have it almost a syrup. I just forget the right mixture.
Okay.
I just know when it's thick enough. It's bring them down by hand.
Can I help you?
Okay, I might need a...
What does that mean?
Like any type I can fasten anything down to? Yeah, you got it. Okay. That amount of wax there, I was wrong. That amount of wax there would probably take them. They've actually probably been here closer to a week.
So that makes it even more unusual?
I mean, obviously they've been living here. I'll actually be able to determine today whether there is a queen there or not.
Okay.
But I would say there is by the amount of honeycomb that's there.
And they started building as soon as that other piece fell, that other blade. That new piece of wax that you see dangling from this side, that's in one day.
They can build it instantly. Just about.
Did you find the queen?
That's just about impossible this time. If it wouldn't have fell apart, more than likely I probably squashed her. I'm gonna look here in a minute. I noticed with my bees that the goldenrod is blooming really well right now.
Yeah, and this looks all like goldenrod.
And evidently, they've really been putting up the honey. That's a mess.
That's a mess?
That's a mess.
That's a lot of honey.
It's actually not full.
It's not real honey?
Yeah, it's honey. What it is, actually is a very liquefied part of it.
Okay.
You could use it. It'd be okay to use, but it's not going to store. It would spoil just because of how much moisture is in it at this time.
How are you going to get that home? Is your car going to be filled with bees?
Probably not.
Oh, okay. What are we going to do with these guys in the truck?
I'm going to try to get them in the hive yet.
Okay.
But it might be a bigger process than what I was hoping for. When they fell apart like that, they're obviously not moving much.
They're dazed and confused.
Biggest problem is right now, even if they're going to figure out where to go sooner or later.
Should we just leave that right there and you can come back tomorrow?
Well, that was what I was going to ask you. How quick are you going to use your truck?
I needed to go for dinner.
When, tonight?
Yeah.
Okay, what time?
Actually, I'm late.
Okay.
Can I just... What can I do? Cancel the dinner?
How important is it?
It's got to be less important than the bees.
It was all that honey in it is what made it fall.
Okay.
I'm almost sure they're going to come to this.
Great, then let's just leave the truck right here.
But the problem is, right now, all the bees are so covered in honey. That's why it's so liquefied. Let me see if I can just look around now and just find the queen.
Okay.
But they're not going anywhere fast.
Okay. So they'll clean themselves off, is that right?
Yeah.
All right.
You have to put up with me, but I will. Yeah. Yeah, let me see once. Yeah, you can't do this. Honey covered, and they don't know which way to go anymore. What I'm actually waiting on is just kind of seeing once what they're gonna do.
Okay. There were more bees that came?
Well, there were more up there on the tree, and there were a lot more flying around. What it looks like they're doing right now is coming back down.
So that means
that's what I was waiting for.
Do you know whether they have a queen or not?
They do have a queen.
Oh, good.
And I can tell. Reason I know that. Okay, you can't see it. Let me pick. Okay, right here. This is actually drone cells with the cappings like that. That's drone cells. Obviously, they have a queen if they're hatching baby bees out like that. But I can look in the rest of this. All this that's sealed off.
Yeah.
That's worker bees.
Okay.
Just like the regular bees you're seeing here.
Yes.
That's all worker bees. And if I look down inside there, I can see the eggs that she's been laying.
Okay.
I can see pupa, larva, several things like that. So I know there's been a queen here. As far as if she's still here, I'm not seeing signs of her yet, and that's what I'm kind of waiting for, just to see what happens with it.
What kind of behavior are you looking for?
What they're gonna need to, what they'll probably do is what we call fanning. They're so honey covered right now, I don't know if they're gonna do it very well. But what they'll actually do is stick their behind up in the air and actually just fan their wings, and what they're doing is blowing her scent over the area where it draws the rest of the bees to it.
Okay.
The other thing is she could be... Okay, if you come on the other side of the tree, you can see how they're slowly moving over to the hive. All the bees are facing uphill, they're coming into the hive.
Yeah.
That's a good sign.
That means she's there.
They're at least smelling her here.
Okay.
I can't... Well, they've moved now. I can start looking to see if she's squashed down here on the ground. I'll wash your truck off for you. It's going to be sticky.
So those are eggs. That's a pupa.
These are actually the pupa right here.
Can you put it in your hand and let's see it?
They were alive. That brown spot right there in the front is their eye. It's honey covered, so you can't make it out very well, but there's actually legs there. It's probably about 2-3 days from hatching.
Okay.
3-4 days maybe.
All right. So you think that she's squished?
Let me keep looking.
Is she much bigger?
I haven't seen her. She's definitely bigger. Her abdomen is actually kind of what gives her away. It's a lot longer. As far as diameter, she's not going to be much bigger. She will be slightly, but it's more or less her abdomen which is what gives her away.
Okay.
There are drones in here too. I damaged, when they fell like that, I didn't realize they were going to do it. I didn't. When they fell like that, it just, well, obviously you see they got smashed so bad.
You are still going to save these bees?
Yeah.
How are you going to save them?
I need to figure out where the queen is. If I have a queen, if she's still alive and gonna continue to lay, then I'm gonna keep this an existing hive. If she died when it came down or injured in some sort of way where she's not gonna live, then I'm gonna have to just add them to an existing hive.
So they will be usable. They will stay alive then.
Oh yeah.
Wonderful. And you believe this is goldenrod that you're seeing there?
Okay, there's some squished bees.
And this right now in the state it is not sweet?
Oh, it's sweet. But you can look how fast it's dripping.
Oh yeah. Like
I mean, it's just
syrup.
runny. Yeah, it's just runny. It would spoil.
Okay.
That's probably goldenrod. That has a unique flavor.
Well, it's...
You want to try it?
Sure. You just put the whole thing in your mouth?
Yeah, just roll it in your mouth. The wax is kind of soft. I don't necessarily chew it. I just kind of roll it in my mouth.
Okay. Oh, wow.
It's very... that's goldenrod.
That's awesome.
Okay, let's see if we can hurry these things up a bit. Okay, now they're coming back to there a little more again.
Okay.
When I need to, I'm just kind of giving them a few minutes to figure some things out on their own if they can.
Okay. What are you doing?
This is basically just disturbing them. What I'm trying to do is just get them to go from where they are here get to moving to where they'll figure out where the nest is.
Okay. It makes them uncomfortable?
It's actually kind of it actually somewhat calms them down, but at the same time they can't breathe very well, so they're going to get to moving, and in the process they'll kind of figure out where the hive is, hopefully.
They're definitely going up in there. Do they normally fly like that?
They're flying, trying to figure out where she is.
Okay.
Obviously their colony isn't there anymore. They're trying to figure out where it is, where she is, and all that. None of them are down here fanning. So they're not going to figure it out unless they start crawling.
Okay.
Her scent is up there, and that's why they're going back.
Okay.
I need them bees to come down here.
Okay.
That's a few swings. I've never figured out if this is a beneficial thing or not, but it's actually, among beekeepers, it's kind of a known fact that beekeepers, for some reason, never get arthritis.
Oh, doesn't
I don't know why. It's no proven fact. It's just kind of an understanding. I don't know if I've never heard of a beekeeper getting arthritis.
Because you keep getting stung?
And it's something to do with the venom and the sting.
Wow. I have some, do you want to cut any of that? Okay.
Queen might actually be on there yet. There's no telling. Sorry about messing up your supper plans.
That's okay. We'll just do it next week.
Tonight, I'm just going to wait a while yet. Hopefully by dark they're going to start going in there.
Is it? Oh, they go by circadian rhythm.
I'm not going to guarantee that they're all going to be gone. Now the ones that are here are going to be docile. You're not going to have to worry about them a whole lot.
Okay.
Probably what I'm going to do, let's see what we can get to. What I'm going to do is try to get as many in the hive as possible. And from then on, obviously you're not going to take each one and coax it in.
No.
If it doesn't go in, we're probably just going to have to terminate a few of them.
Okay.
Get a water hose out or something, just spray the back of the truck out.
Right.
But they'll probably end up most of them actually dying tonight just because of the cool weather. Not being together and being more individual.
Okay.
Most of them will actually die tonight, probably.
On the nest?
No, the few that are left.
Oh, okay. Is he fanning his butt? Can you see what he's doing?
Okay, right
This
here.
guy right here.
No, right here is one fanning. He just quit. I'm still not seeing much. Here's a couple that's fanning. Their wings are just going back and forth. Their rear end is kind of a little bit in the air.
Yeah, that's what the one was doing on the side of the truck.
They'll do that just to kind of blow themselves off a little bit too, but when he just stands in one spot like if she's not there, that's actually the best sign I've seen so far. If she's not there, then there's a lot of her scent there.
She wouldn't be flying, would she?
No, she can't. She can fly, but she can't right now because if she's, they can never fly when they're laying.
Okay. He's really busy cleaning himself off, I'll tell you that.
Not sure if this is gonna.
So that gets him a little. You can't see.
Surprised, a lot of them actually found it.
They got what?
A lot of them actually found it. Ouch.
You squeezing the honey?
Yeah.
Okay. Because that's their food?
Do you want this?
Sure, just lay it down.
I mean, you don't want to keep it because there's larvae and stuff in there, baby bees.
Okay.
You won't want to keep it as far as using it to eat. But if you want to just keep it as a souvenir or something.
Sure. There you go.
So actually, ants and bugs will clean it up.
All right. All right, that's the souvenir. Yeah. I'm just going to drive it through the car wash. Okay.
I don't mind getting you have a garden hose?
No, it's really okay. I think if I... They're so laden with honey, they'd fall off, right?
Yeah.
You know, ordinarily I don't have anything in the back of my truck, and these things seem to be helping. I'm really thrilled. This whole experience has been astonishing. Go home, bees, go home.